When navigating life's labyrinth, we often ask ourselves, do we direct the journey of our destiny, or are we merely dancing to the universe's pre-chorused rhythm? To grasp deep insights, let's dive into two distinctive philosophical theories: the individual freedom embraced in Western traditions and the profound interconnectedness central to African philosophies. As we delve into ancestral roots of Western philosophy, we find thinkers like Aristotle and Plato molding thoughts in historical forums like the Greek Symposia. Here, the notion of humans controlling their fate and actions took seed, giving birth to the concept of personal autonomy, a liberation narrative relinquishing deterministic constraints and champions freedom as a cornerstone of human existence. As we tread further into philosophical chronicles, we run into stronger counter-narratives around autonomy, championed by thinkers like Baron de Holzberg. See, de Holzberg saw the course of our lives not as a result of individual will, but instead influenced by deterministic chains, a perspective he crafted in his influential work, System of Nature. This resonating critique kick-started intellectual dialogues, provoking us to reconsider Western ideology's emphasis on human autonomy. Waving goodbye to Western philosophies and their rocky shoreline echoing individual independence, let's ride the dynamic currents of African wisdom. Here, an alternative view surfaces, emerging with the beauty of interconnectedness and a deeper appreciation for community-wide understandings of free will. So, dipping into the cultural mysteries of African philosophies, we unlock a vision that depicts society as an expansive tapestry upheld by intricate relationships. Tracing this understanding more intently, we look towards scholars like Joyline Gwara. Her seminal work, Metaphysical Freedom and Determinism, weaves attention towards African interpretation of determinism. It is seen less as a force shackling free will and more as a roadmap steering connections between individuals, families, and communities. When applied within the dynamics of present-day African societies, we find understanding in the notes strumming across community rhythms, creating harmony between collective responsibility and expressions of individuality. It is precisely in this fusion of unity and autonomy that we discern the melody of a well-ordered society and people living fulfilled lives. Let's incorporate this philosophy into an everyday scenario to illustrate its practicality. Consider a bustling market in a communal Nigerian town. Here, the African interpretation of determinism as a guiding pathway rather than restrictive force is exhibiting brightly. Each vendor has their spot at the marketplace, selling distinct goods, producing an interesting symphony of negotiations and exchanges. At the market, NK, a fishmonger, is known for the quality of her products. With her stall strategically located near the entrance, she greets both the regular customers and the first-time visitors with a warm smile, enhancing their shopping experience. Her vibrant and magnetic personality, coupled with her competitive prices, draws people towards her store. On face value, this appears as an individual success story, driven by her entrepreneurial instincts and competitive spirit. However, when we scrutinize this situation from the viewpoint of African interconnectedness, we see the silhouette of determinism gently guiding the interaction patterns. NK is not an isolated operator. Rather, she's an integral part of a larger marketplace community. Her thriving business is connected to the complementary units of the market, from the truck drivers who provide the daily catch, neighboring veggie sellers who create a complete meal proposition, right down to market organizers who keep the marketplace clean and secure. The communally engraved ethics, respect, cooperation, and alliance are knit together into the fabric of the marketplace interactions, ruling out cutthroat competition practices. Moreover, NK's prosperity in business is reciprocally connected to the well-being of the market and the community at large. As her venture thrives, she gives back to the marketplace through participation in communal projects, improving the marketplace's hygiene facilities, supporting security initiatives, or mentally uplifting her co-vendors, leading to holistic development of the marketplace. This communal marketplace scenario provides a glimpse into the balance Africans consort between collective responsibility or determinism, acting as social charters and personal expressions, as the fishmonger's dominant individuality, weaving together the threads of an efficiently functioning society where personal achievement furthers communal welfare. This symbiotic relationship amplifies the unique interpretation of free will and determinism within the African philosophical cosmos. Focused inspection of African communities reveals added depths to our understanding of determinism and free will. Take, for instance, Ghana's Akan community, whose popular Okra doctrine crafts a delicate blend of personal desires with mitigating influences of societal norms. Scholar Ashleigh C. Onfroy provides a detailed explanation of the Okra concept in her research on Akan philosophy. It strikes a blend of personal fulfillment with community-driven expectations. Such perspectives place free will and societal scripted paths on shared footings rather than opposing ends. To illustrate this further, let's walk through a daily life scenario that embodies the Akan Okra principle in action. Let's think of a young Akan man, Kwame. Kwame, like all of us, wishes to lead a successful life, which for him involves becoming a successful farmer. For Kwame, it's not merely about planting and reaping. Growing up in the Akan community, he is raised to respect his neighbors, understanding everyone's welfare is interconnected. That's where the Okra principle steps in. On choosing a plot of land to farm, Kwame doesn't just wander out alone, stake a claim, and start sowing seeds. Instead, he turns to his community elders, discussing his farming ambitions and seeking their approval and advice on the best lands to utilize. Post their nod of approval, Kwame proceeds to cultivate his chosen plot of land diligently. It is here that the Okra principle truly shines. See, Kwame's individual ambition to be a successful farmer is intricately aligned with his community's expectations. His success isn't just his own, it's shared by his community, and his excessive yields feed not only his family but the community as a whole. In return, Kwame is cherished and supported by his community, creating a cycle of shared prosperity. In this way, the Okra principle highlights how personal fulfillment aligns with societal expectations, nurturing a culture where the exercise of free will is never at odds with the collective good but promotes it. Describing free will merely as a consequence of individual control unravels a storyline far from its complete narrative. By layering African understanding, celebrating relational consciousness over Western individualism, we begin to stitch a rich narrative about our free will's expansive range. This nuanced viewpoint dives deeper into the tide of determinism, cultural currents, and the steady anchor of shared spiritual underpinnings. When free will is analyzed from broader perspectives, transcending individual agency and societal influences, binary perception, a holistic narrative is painted of communities interconnected yet ripe with individual liberties. In conclusion, casual blending of African and Western wisdom into the discourse on free will reveals that seemingly conflicting paradigms converge on shared grounds. The focus then revolves around maneuvering through the dynamic exchanges to orchestrate harmony, an arrangement of personal choices interplayed adeptly within the shared societal expectations. Moving from a singular narrative of I choose to a collective reflection of we choose expands perspective on free will beyond personal agency, respecting both individual freedom and the bond of interconnectedness offers profound insights about our existence. The story of a dance balancing individual footsteps with the rhythm of shared sensibilities. Through the lens of this collective worldview, resting on both individualistic convictions and societal norms, the question of free will deepens, prompting us to discard one-sided interpretations in favor of a more wholesome, nuanced understanding. Appreciating the interconnected layers of personal liberty, shared societal norms, and the cultural underpinnings offer us an understanding of the many facets, casting the prism of free will, a picture of the delicate dance between destiny's script and our unique footprints. The interplay of compelling Western individualism with profound African relational interconnectedness paints an enriched human-centric view of our existence. This enriching perspective on free will takes us down paths unfrequented, illuminating synergies between individual freedoms and societal codes, in turn widening the canvas on which our varied human journey is painted. Thanks for joining me. Join me again next time as we keep digging into this question of what makes a philosophy African.